another beautiful evening, guys, that I thank Almighty God for just enable us to reach this amazing day, guys. So thank you so much for always coming back to watch my video. If at all the first time you are coming across my YouTube channel, consider to subscribe, like the video, always turn on notification. If at all you have not turned on the notification, guys, I'm going to say thank you and thank you very much for always coming back to watch my video. Don't skip the ads, always watch the ads until the last. That's the point that, guys, at least at the end of the day you get that we are gaining something at the end of the month, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you a lot for the wonderful thing that you guys you are doing to me, because each and every moment, guys, at least in our channel, in our group, in our family, because I'm gonna go call it our family, because each and every moment we get that at least we add 1 to 2 to 3 subscribers. That is amazing thing that, guys, we have done. So thank you so much for the returning subscriber. Thank you so much for the new subscriber. If at all you are new here, this is Lucas the Travel. So guys, guess what? Today I'm coming live and clear from this particular farm that you're gonna going to check. The farm is very big. The farm is very big, guys. So we are going to talk about, let's dive in this topic that we call the yams. Where does the yams grows mostly? Somebody might ask the question that where does the yams grows? All these arrowroots, where does it grow mostly? You're going to know, to get that the yams or the arrowroots, they mostly grow in a place that it is wetish, or the place that it has a lot of water. That's the place where, that is the place where actually they grow. But if you get that there's a lot of rain, there's a lot of water in that particular land, you get again that maybe the yams that you are growing in this place, that you get that it is very watery. Again, you get that sometimes they can rot, or sometimes you get that these yams they rot. But now, guys, these yams, they are supposed to grow in a place that is not too watery, it is not too dry. And when you grow in a place that it is very watery, or it is very muddy, maybe this place is not in that conducive environment. Again, get that now these yams, they are not even sweet. You get that is the point that when now you get these yams, you get that when chewing, you get now it has a taste that is not good. That's why, guys, I'm telling you that you have to grow yams in a place that is not watery, in a place that it is not too dry, in a place that it is not too muddy. So the place should be medium. That's why about this, you're going to get that this farmer, he has this terrace here that runs water. In that he wants to make sure that the water inside these yams, the water inside this yam in this place here, and the water inside this place here, it is being absorbed. It is being absorbed by this terracing that they are running over by here. You're going to get the yams. Somebody might ask, do yams have seeds? Let's dive now inside this topic. Do yams have seeds? No, the yams doesn't have seeds, but they have seedlings. So either you can plant two things in a yams. You can plant two things. The young seedlings very keenly. Let's look very keenly about these yams. You get. These are very young seedlings. These are very young seedlings, and this is a big seedlings. You know, this one was growing, but later on, after this one was growing, this one germinated from that particular zone. So either you can plant the young one, or after you have just harvested the yams, say for example, you have just harvested these yams from the farm, you take it there, then on the process of now chopping off the yam, you say for example you want to chop off the yams, then you give it to the maybe you want to sell or you want to consume it, then that thing that has been remained, or it has remained, so is the one that you remove from there, you go and transplant. And the seedlings here, also here, it should be transplanted again. Somebody might ask again, let's drive the yams. How are we going to plant the yams? Maybe that is another topic that we are going to drive inside. The yams are planted. The hole should be 2 feet deep. Why it should be 2 feet deep? Because when the yams now they are mature, or they are very ready to be harvested. Remember, on the process, when they are ready to be harvested, they start coming up. Because when now they start coming up, when they start coming up, you get now automatically after these yams now they come up, because they don't go down after the maturity. Then I'm going to talk about the maturity period of these yams. After this particular point, we are going to talk about the maturity period of this yam. Then after now these yams have just grown, it has started coming up. Now on the process of harvesting, we don't use hose to harvest the yams. Either you use the panga, that's the point now we drive in. We use the panga on the process of harvesting these yams, and also you can just uproot. You hold your hands over here, then you try to chop side by side way, then you uproot. Now somebody can ask me, what is the maturity of these yams? Let's say the young seedlings, the first planting you're talking about, the young seedlings like this is the first planting. The first planting that you have just got from the yams, they automatically take 9 months to mature. That's the maturity period of these yams. Now then after now these suckers, you have just harvested the yams, then we are remaining with the stalk that you planted. This stalk, they take around 6 months for them to be mature. So you see, the maturity case here, it is two. There are two maturity case here. There's one that takes 9 months, and it is same. The 9 months that take for you to for the yams to mature is the one that now it is young seedling, that is the first one to be planted. But the one that's already planted, like this one, when now this farmer wants to return back this one to the farm, the maturity of this one will be very different from the maturity of the young seedlings. The maturity of this one, it will take exactly 6 months for them to mature. But the first seedling, that it's the first time is being taken to the farmer, that we call the virgin seedlings, it takes like 9 months for them to mature. That is the maturity period of the yams. So that is all about maturity period. Somebody might ask, how many do you maybe on weeding the yams, how many times are you supposed to be weeded? And then remember that on weeding the yams, it is being weeded in different styles, because you're going not just to come here and say that maybe I want to weed like that. The yams are not supposed to be dug like that, because you get sometimes that after these yams they are supposed to be dug 2 times. Yes, that one we understand. So automatically, obviously, we have to weed it in a very systematic way, because at first on weeding you try yams, you don't okay, on weeding, what you do, you see like this farmer here, let me show you what I'm talking like this farmer here is trying to remove the soil from the stem of these weeds, in that to give it space for it to mature very fast. The rain is coming over by there, you can go just confirm the rain is coming over by there. So remember here, it is all about the rain season. That's why you see sometimes the rain is coming, but we have to boom with anything that comes across, because that is what it is. You can just get over by here. These leaves are just trying to dry. It simply means that this the last process that this farmer is doing, because after sometimes you get now it is almost this is the last process of weeding that this farmer is doing, because from this point automatically the farmer now will be harvesting this particular yams and take it to the shop, and maybe he will take it somewhere else for the next season. Again, check on this. Wow, on the process of zooming all about the yams, you're going to get, we have just come across this type of vegetable here. I can just recall this vegetable here. Sometimes back, we used to love this vegetable, but me, actually, I used to hate it a lot, because sometimes you could come from school, then you get maybe your you get the vegetable that is all about. It looks like terere. You understand terere? It looks like terere. So when eating this one, it was like sticking inside, and it has a certain taste that actually it never brought me to my that's why sometimes when I could get this one, I could feel very bad and very emotional. Oh, okay guys, we are just on, and that was just by the way, we are just talking about the vegetable that we met over by there, and that's what we were just talking about. So guys, we are on, because we understand this. Check again this farmer. I like about this farmer, because sometimes you get what he did here is all about intercropping, because you can just get, at first we met at the we met over there. There was certain arrowroots. Then we went to the some vegetable there. Then when we check over by here again, you're going to get again there some masosa. We call it masosa in Kisii language, and in the home language, I don't know how do we call this one specifically, but I know it is Masebo, and the language pumpkin leaves. They are very so nice and very imagine this one, you get it with some meat, guys. Hey, it looks very fantastic, guys. I love it a lot. You check over by, the water is just flowing. The water is flowing over by there. It's taking water over by every place that of the corner. Wow, that's what it is, guys. Over by here, you just get to limp over by there. You confirm over. Yeah, this is all about what is happening over here. You check that this is what is happening over by here. Everything is just at a particular place, and this farmer here, I think, is very organized. Is very organized. So imagine at this particular farmer that has planted these arrowroots here, these yams here, is going to harvest here more than maybe 30 sacks. If it is very less, is 30 sacks. And imagine just one sack, it runs to almost 10,000 Kenyan shilling. So imagine 30 sacks, that it is around just try to calculate here, right? Let's try to calculate. And I'm seeing somebody calling me over by here. Let's try and get the correct thing that I'm talking about. Imagine 30, guys. Imagine you get that it is 30 times 10,000. 300,000 that he will have created in a period of let's say in a 9 months. That is equivalent to 1 year. 9 months, that is equivalent to 1 year. That the farm has created around 300,000 Kenyan shilling. 300,000 Kenyan shilling. Imagine if now you are working and you are paid. Let's say you are working. Okay, let's calculate and get something here, guys. Let's now come to the reality. Let's now assume that sometimes you have to come to mathematically. So it is 300. 1, 2, 3, 300,000. You divide by 12 months. It is like you are paid 25,000 per month and saving it. But you know, sometimes unemployed and you're working, and there's so many expenses that actually you are doing. Maybe you have just rented, maybe you have just doing what and what. You want some food, you want what. So automatically you won't save this all money, because some money you get that you take it to another place. Some money you get that you have just located it to another place. So you get that automatically you won't save all the money because of this or that reason. The rain is coming over by there, but no problem, guys, because you have to make sure that the very fantastic moment we bring for you, very amazing. And remember, guys, you are just from Mogesi particular place there, and he has been robbed with some robbers, and that's why we just rushed over here to make sure that we create and very nice content over by here. Thank you so much, guys, for always coming back to watch this amazing YouTube channel. If at all the first time you're coming across this YouTube channel, consider to subscribe, like the video, always turn on notification, guys. Imagine if you share this video to your friend, and the friend shares the video to another friend. Within a very short of time, you get that now, guys, we have gained a lot, guys. So guys, what you do, share the link to your friend, and the friend share the link to the friend, and at the end of the day we'll be somewhere where we are supposed to be. So make sure, guys, make sure you turn on the notification and don't skip the ads. Yeah, thank you, and thank you a lot, guys. Let's meet to another episode.